And then from here, just slowly walk your hand back. And then lifting up the right arm, plug down through the right sit bone and extend out through the fingertips. And then reaching over towards the left side. As much as you're drawing down through the right sit bone, from the outside edge of the arm here, you're extending up. So the whole right side of your body, you're looking at expanding, including the rib cage. Sideways. And then breathing into this right side of your body. And releasing. Just take a moment to notice any difference between one side and the other. Then lifting the opposite side up, extend. And then really plug down through the left sit bone now, and then extend from the base of the arm. So you're looking at how much space can you create on this left side of your body. And again, looking at breathing in, breathing out. And releasing. Okay. And then coming over onto hands and knees. We're finding a nice strong tabletop position, spreading the fingers, expanding through your collarbones. And then as you inhale, looking up, spreading the collarbones. As you exhale, rounding through your upper back. So tracking the movement from the base of the spine to the crown of the head as you inhale. From the crown of the head all the way back down to the tailbone as you exhale. And as you inhale, you're looking at how can I increase space? And as you exhale, it's like you draw back into yourself. And one last one. And then coming to a neutral spine, and just taking the hands forward slightly, tuck the toes under, and push back downward facing dog. So you might want to bend the knees, use the hands against the ground to lengthen the spine. It's like you're trying to lift your sit bones up and then take them back. The whole back of your body starts to lengthen and expand the long muscles that run either side of your spine. Then push front of thighs to back of thighs, but try not to drop the hips too much. So you're keeping lifting up as you start to straighten the legs rather than dripping down too much. Also be aware of where your lower ribs are. And then coming down onto the knees, looking forwards. Bring the big toes to touch, sink the sit bones back, and extend again along the ground. So think less I've got to get down towards the ground, more how much can I extend along the ground. How much space can I create in between my vertebrae? How much space can I create between each of my collarbones? How much space can I create in between the shoulder blades? And then coming up onto all fours. So we're going to link 3 poses together. So we do this quite often. You're going to inhale through cat, exhale through downward dog, inhale through cat, exhale through extended child. But what I want you to think about as you do this is not only the postures, but the transition space in between. Okay? So, in effect, the space in between the in-breath and the out-breath. So, let's try it. You're going to inhale fully. Exhale, downward dog, and think about how you transition. Inhale, fully, down onto the knees. Exhale, extended child. And thinking how you're transitioning. So keep going. Inhaling up onto all fours. Exhaling, downward dog, thinking about the transition you're making. So how you're moving in space. How you place your knees. How you sink back into extended child. And 2 more rounds. Last one. And then we will all meet in sitting. If you have a brick available, that would be brilliant. Or, like if you've got something like a fact book, like a dictionary or something, might work. So, we're going to work the outer hips a little bit. So again, this sort of area around here can get quite stuck, both movement-wise and energy-wise. So, just bringing the soles of the feet together for the moment. Make sure that the heels are level with one another and bring the hands back behind you. And then you're lengthening the spine. So, just as an experiment, let go and notice what happens with your spine as you do this. Like mine does this, because I have tight inner groins. Whereas if I use my hands to lengthen my spine, all of a sudden I get a little bit more access to the pose. Yeah. Make sure that the heels are as close as you can get them towards your pelvis. So some of you need to come in a little bit more, like you're too far away. So can you come in? I think it's Sue. Can you come in a little bit more? Yeah. Okay. So just notice what this feels like. You're pushing into the soles of the feet, drawing your outer hips in, lengthening the spine. So looking at creating space. And release. And then if you've got a brick, you're going to use the brick in between the feet. You want it on that sort of setting. So it's on its skinny side. Yeah? And you're bringing, again, the soles of the feet around the brick now. Sue, flip the brick up the other way, or whatever it is that you've got. A book. Can you do it on its side? On its side? Yes, better. Okay, sink the sit bones down. And again, you're pushing into whatever's in between the feet and a sense of drawing the outer hips in. It's like how much can you allow the knees to drop down? And the same thing with the shoulders. Don't allow them to drop in. You're looking at expanding out. Checking where your breathing is. And release. Just straighten the legs out for a moment. Okay, we're going to do one more this time, or two more actually. We're going to have the brick flat now. Bring it in between the feet. But Sue, I want you to have it the same way because I think that's a bit too wide. Okay, so check that the heels are level. And again, you're drawing yourself as close as you can. You might find that your knees are kind of stuck up almost vertically now, but bear with it. Again, you're sinking the sit bones down, but lengthening the spine. One of the reasons this is challenging is because of the psoas muscle, which attaches to the vertebrae, as well as your inner groin, your inside of your leg bones. So if that's shortened, that's one of the reasons why we kind of need some extra help to find some length, because this can contract. Okay, and release. Straighten out the legs. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together one last time without anything in between. You're going to bring in as close as you can, hands back behind you, and then just see if you have brought a little bit more awareness to the muscles that need to be used. So you might find that your knees have dropped a little bit, but it's easier to be in this now. Make sure the soles of the feet are together and you're in as close as you can. Okay. And release. Just bringing the knees up. And then a little bit of stuff around the middle part of us strengthening here. So both pose. So you might want to gather strap, maybe that. You can also use a brick in between the knees if you need to help in engaging the outer hips. For those of you who struggle with this engagement, use a brick because when pushing here, it helps to draw this in. Also noticing whether you're right up on your sit bones or whether you're back behind them. So check where you are on the sit bones. If you're not sure where your sit bones are, just slide your hands under your buttocks. You'll find them very quickly. So from here, lengthening up, and then you're going to lift the knees. You're looking for horizontal to the ground. And then try not to round through the upper back. So how much can you draw your upper back in? We're doing this last week. If need be, you can use a strap in order to help yourself bring a little bit more stability. And Richard, turn around and use the wall like you were doing last week. We will do rocking maybe later. Okay, you're lengthening. And release. Okay, so you can either stay with the same configuration. So if that was kind of your challenge for this morning, and Richard, you're going to turn, stay where you are, but try and be upright, Richard. So you're not lying on the ground doing this. Okay, so you're either doing exactly the same configuration with the brick and the strap, or you can hold underneath the knees in order to draw yourself up, and then see if you can bring the lower legs up. This is the second configuration. You're extending your arms. Notice where your breathing is going. So have you still got spaciousness? And release. Just hug the knees in for a moment. And then we're going to do one more time. So any of the configurations we've already done, whether it's with the strap and the brick, just the brick, or holding underneath the knee, okay? Lengthening, trying to draw the lower tips of the shoulder blades in as much as you can, and then extending the arms perhaps. And if this feels okay, you can see if you can start to straighten those legs. Or you might see if you can draw yourself in a little bit more and then straighten and release. Well done. Drop the head down. Then crossing the ankles, coming up onto all fours again. Planting the hands, connecting to the ground, and then straightening those legs. And noticing whether you have a little bit more connection to the area around the solar plexus now, your outer hips, your legs. And coming down onto the knees, we'll just bring a little bit more connection to the heart area. So keeping the hips stacked over the knees. We're looking at spaciousness around the shoulder blades as you extend the arms forwards, sinking your heart towards the ground. So another option to do this is actually to bring the hands onto bricks of some sort as well. The Anahata Asana, you can release down this way too. There's a broadness here of the shoulder blades drawing in towards the back of the heart. Be keeping you lengthen the arms a little bit more. That's it. And use that. Jude, lift your head off the ground. That's it. So sink your heart towards the ground, everyone. So it's the heart that releases down, not the head necessarily. In fact, if the head does come to the ground, it's the chin that's resting on the ground, not the forehead. So imagine that I have my hands on your shoulder blades gently, encouraging a softening. And then from here, coming forwards onto the belly. You bring the elbows under the shoulders, it's a Sphinx pose. Can you take the feet a little bit further apart? Plug the pubic bone down into the ground. And then the tailbone moves towards the heels. The pubic bone draws down and slightly scoots towards your hands. So imagine it traveling under the earth towards your hands. Traction the elbows back, draw the sternum forwards. And then spread across the collarbones. So can you get as much length as you can? So the sternum lifts up, 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 up. Draw the shoulder blades in just like you were feeling. Okay. So how much space can you create around your shoulders, along your spine? And releasing, bring the hands under the shoulders, push up onto the knees, push back, down facing dog. And just walking the feet towards the hands, coming into Uttanasana, taking the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. If you need bricks, using the bricks under the hands, and then connecting down through your feet, so lifting the toes, and then feeling kind of this fanning of the balls of the feet. Like, can you feel each of the pads under along the ball of the foot? Can you feel each of the base of the toes sort of connecting to the ground? You might find that there's more weight in the little toe or the big toe. So can you even that out? And then lift up through the shins, the knees, the quads. So the legs become really straight, and then look forwards, spreading open across the heart. So can you take, just as you were doing in Sphinx pose, can you take your sternum forwards and slightly lift it? More, Richard. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, coming up halfway. Spread. Exhale, fold down. And again, inhale, lifting up, spread. And exhale, fold down. And bringing the hands onto the hips. Then look forwards, lead with the heart. Again, come all the way up flat back. So I just need to move this back a little bit, otherwise I haven't got a head. Yeah. Okay, so from here, can you take the feet out wide? So check with the front of your mat that you're parallel, that your big toes are on the same plane. Okay. If you need bricks, we're going to come into another forward bend, bring them in front of you. You're going to lift the arms up, finding space again around the side bodies, or side body. Take the tailbone down, and then use the feet to plug into the ground to give you your sense of stability. So like the mountain in the poem, so can you find this inward stability, strength like a mountain as you come down slowly? Either if the hamstrings are tight, you're welcome to have the bricks up this high, or you can bring them down a little bit lower. And then you're looking forwards and up. And then exhale, folding down. Or you might have your hands on the ground. Inhale, looking forwards and up, so that your heart's going forwards and lifting, sternum going forwards and up. And then exhale, folding. Can you lift your sit bones up and over your leg bones? So the weight comes more towards the balls of the feet. And then inhale, lift again, spread your collarbones. Exhale, fold down. I'm just going to have a look at you all. Push into the outside edges of the feet a little bit more. So you're looking for spaciousness, length, expansion on the inner sides of the legs, as well as the back of the legs. Okay, and then all of you bring your bricks back in line with your toes. Tracy, bring the bricks back further. Yes, and again. Yes, now, all of you, lift your sit bones up and over your leg bones. You want to transfer the weight more towards the toes, which is challenging on the hamstrings, I know. Richard, have you given up? Okay, and from here, you're going to bring the hands onto the hips. So again, you want to really find your strength down through your legs. You're going to look forwards and start to lift. And then bring the feet together. And then just turning to the front of the mat. So, Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. In fact, we're going to change that to Chandra Namaskar, so salutation to the moon, since it's almost the full moon. So feeling down through your feet into the earth, as if you were standing directly on the earth. As you've got this connection like the mountain energy. But then just like with the water that is able to move in a more fluid way, that's what we're trying to access with the spine. When we're ready, And then inhale, circle the arms open, so your palms are facing down, then you turn to the top of the arm, continue on the journey, up, looking up towards the hands. Exhale, open the arms wide to space as you reach down, forward bend. Inhale, lift up halfway, spread your collarbones. Exhale, step back, right foot, deep lunge. And then inhale, both feet together into plank. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, lengthening, rising, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. And using this time to try and create more space. Along the length of your spine, along the length of your legs. And looking forward, stepping forwards with the right foot. So it might get stuck halfway, in which case just drop the back knee and then help it along. But try and somehow get it to in between the hands. Okay. Then both feet together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to the heart. And again, breathing in, turning the palms, extending from the base of the arms. Exhale, opening wide, releasing down, forward bend. Inhale, step back with left leg. Both feet together into plank. Drop down onto the knees, lower to the ground. Inhale, lengthening, expanding the space around the collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, looking at how you can create space where there is congestion, where there is constriction. Looking forward, step forwards, left foot, and the right foot. Exhale. Inhale, rising. Exhale to the heart. So that was a Surya Namaskar. You might have noticed. We're going to do Chandra Namaskar now. We're doing one to the sun and one to the moon. Inhale, circling, lifting, rising. Exhale down, forward bend. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back, right foot. Now drop the back knee, aiming it towards the back end of your mat. Then inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, step back into plank and to the ground. Inhale, Bhujangasana. It's like you're looking up towards this big full moon. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Holding here, settling into your body. And then looking forward, step forwards with the right foot. And now drop the back knee. Inhale, circle the arms up. Again, it's like you're looking up towards the moon. Then stepping forwards as you exhale. Inhale, lifting. Exhale to the heart. And left side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in halfway. Breathing out, left foot steps back. Deep lunge. Drop the back knee. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, stepping back into plank. To the ground. Inhale, rising. Like you're rising out of water. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Connecting inwardly You're breathing in and out. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. And looking forward, step forwards, left foot. Drop the back knee. Arms rise. And stepping forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to the heart. And then just standing in Tadasana for a moment. The mountain pose. Connecting down through the feet. Noticing how your legs are. So engaging up the front line of the legs. Know where your pelvic bowl is. So is it tipping too far forwards, or are you sitting in your pelvis like the front is tipping too far up? So can you have a sense of connection between the pubic bone and the tailbone drawing together? Push front of thighs to back of thighs, you know your legs are straight. And then lift the rib cage up. And then are you sticking your ribs out? Can you soften the lower ribs in? Can you broaden across your collarbones? What is happening with the arms? So are they kind of just hanging limply, not doing anything? Or is there a sense of extending, but without them being kind of really rigid? So you're looking for the stability of the mountain, but the fluidity of the water. Spread across the collarbones, lift through the back of the skull. Again, know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. So you're conscious of your inhalation, conscious of your exhalation. And then opening the eyes. So Trikonasana, triangle. So from the center of your mat, just taking the feet wide. You may need a brick. In fact, you will need a brick of some sort. And you might actually want to come towards the end of your mat. So, nice wide legs. You're going to turn the leg that's towards the front of your mat out. Okay. And then the back foot slightly in. And then open the arms wide. So from here, plug down through the back foot, the outside edge of the back foot. And then you're engaging up the front line of this leg. So you're pulling up through shins, knees, quads. So this becomes very strong. So the back of the leg can expand. Lift the toes of the front foot. So find the pads of the toes, the ball of the foot, and find stability there. And now can you start to lean out over the front leg? And as we lean out, this front sit bone is pulling back, 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 back. Leaning out as much as you can, and then just drop the hand down to wherever it happens to land. So I don't want you to reach, because when we reach, we kind of collapse. So I want you to keep this nice long length through the underside of the body and just reach the hand down. Then the top arm rises, and then can you start to turn your heart, kind of twisting, there's a twisting of the rib cage here, as I lift the heart towards the sky. And then extend up through the fingertips. Both legs are fully straight. Richard, bring the lower arm up your leg a little bit more. And now try and expand on the underside of the body. So if you're down too low, it doesn't work so well. So you might be up here so you can get nice length rather than sort of having this banana shape under here. Okay. Okay. And then release. And then turn the feet. So we're just going to shuffle to the other end. Okay. And then turn the front leg out. So this has got an outward rotation, and the back leg has actually got an outward rotation too. It's a little bit like what we were doing with Baddha Konasana, with the brick in between the soles of the feet and opening the knees out. It's a similar action, that you're rolling out here, so the outer hips are drawing in. Plug down through the outside edge of the back foot, lift the arms. On this side, actually, we're going to lift the arms up. I want you to find as much length as you can through the sides of the body. So find that sense of space. Tailbone down. And then open the arms wide. And then start to lean out over the front leg. And this front sit bone draws back to the wall behind you as you start to lean out. But then can you start to draw the sit bone in? And then just allow the arm to rest wherever it happens to land on the leg. And then from here, turn the heart towards the sky. And lift the top arm up. So this nice kind of from the heart out to the fingertips. And then use the time to refine. Where can you add a little bit more expansion? And it might be that you need to back out a little bit in order to find that expansion. And release. Then just bring the feet together. There. Just notice how it feels in your body. So even when I'm aware that, I think we probably, none of us are living kind of all on top of each other, I think. But in some places there are people where there's limited space. If I hit the whole family are living in the house together, energetically it can feel quite congested and quite like there's nowhere where there's just space for you. So it's then how to go inwardly to find the space inside of you when the outside environment feels like there's not enough room for you. So you can find this vast space inside. This is what we're playing with. Hey, take the legs out. So now we are coming towards the back end of your mat. You're turning the front leg out again. So we're going to come into Trikonasana again. Push through the outside edge of the back foot. So this leg is doing that wide-legged forward bend. That's the action that's happening here. Open the arms out wide. You want to rotate this front leg so that the knee is tracking down the center toes. To check, like here's my knee facing my toes, which might make this hip want to come round more, which is fine. Okay. And then you're going to lean out again, coming back into Trikonasana on this side, the triangle on this side. Allow the arm to rest, lift the top arm up. So refine this by taking this back, this front leg, the sit bone draws back and then it draws in to expand the inner groins. Notice your breathing. Now bring the back hand down, turn your head to look towards the ground, bend your front knee, aim towards your brick. We're going to see if we can come up into Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, so this is a challenge, I know. So the brick is beyond it's on the little toe side of my leg and just forwards of that. So, and then you're going to transfer the weight into the front leg. You're going to lift the back leg up. The standing leg is strong, so is this top leg. So you want to imagine that you're pushing into a wall with this back foot, okay? So that engages all the underside of the leg. And then when you're ready, lift the top arm up and try and expand. How can you find more space in this pose once you've got your balance? Try not to be so heavy on that block that's under the hand. Hold it here. Keep lifting up, 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 up. And release. Can you come, the challenge, to come back slowly through Trikonasana. then coming up. Down the feet, and then standing. And then just take your grip to the opposite end of your mat. Okay, then you're coming to the other end. Okay, take the legs wide. Then you're turning this leg out, so plugging down through the outside edge of that back foot. So you're finding stability through the legs, the outer hips are joined in, expanding across the inner groins. Front leg, check that your knee is tracking in line with your toes. So you're not rolling in. Okay? And then as you start to lean out over that front leg, the back, sit bone draws back towards the back of your mat and it's extending out. Not that head. It's like, can you reach a little bit further? And then resting the hand onto the leg, wherever it reaches, reach the top arm up, and roll your heart towards the sky. And then just turn the head, drop the back arm, start to transfer the weight into that front leg, reaching for your brick, which is now just same side as your little toe, just beyond the foot, and then finding your balance on this standing leg. This will be different to the other side. And then using, as much as you're pushing into the floor with the standing leg, have the same feeling that you're pushing into a wall with the lifted leg. And now can you expand from heart to fingertips? Keep rotating the heart towards the sky and keep trying to open the back hip. And now can we start to transition? So coming back through Trikonasana and lifting all the way up. Turning the feet and standing to the middle of the mat. Good. And then just check in mountain pose again, Tadasana. How do you feel in your legs? Do you feel more connected with your body? So one of the things that I love about standing poses or balances it's almost an immediate way of getting us into the body. Because you have to be fully present. You have to know that you're breathing in, breathing out. You have to really know where your feet are. You can't be away with your thoughts somewhere, otherwise the balance just disappears. Okay, and then from here, we're going to see if we can come into a twist. So you're going to grab your brick, okay, and big toes touch. You're going to sink down as if you were doing Utkatasana, chair pose. Then you're going to lift the arms up. So I want you to sit in your sit bones. And the tailbones drawing down towards the ground. Okay. And then you're going to bring the palms of the hands together and you're going to twist to the right. So as you start to twist, it's like, are my hips twisting? Or am I twisting? Is my rib cage twisting? So can you keep your hips level to the front of the mat? Each inhale lengthens the spine. Each exhale turns the rib cage a little bit more. And then you can bring the lower hand onto your brick, if you can, lifting the top arm up, which will give you a little bit more leverage to turn a little bit more. But if this is too much and actually it's causing you to lose the spaciousness, then just come back into this. And release. There. Opposite side. So you're going to sink into your sit bones. And then from here, you're going to lift the arms up on this side, turn the rib cage, bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And then you can bring the hands into namaste, or you can make a fist with the bottom hand and push. I quite like this because it gives me a little bit of leverage to work with, getting a bit more rotation. And then bringing the bottom hand onto the brick if you have the flexibility to do that. And then lifting the top arm up. Or you're staying in this. And release. And then just fold down, separate the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. And then hold on to alternate elbows. And just allow yourself to dangle down over the leg. So you can bend the knees slightly if you need to. I'm just going to check out. Okay. And then from here, just bend the knees, release the arms, bend the knees, and just coming down into, I'm going to come into a squat. So, if you have a block, you're going to place your feet together with your heels on the block, or a sort of book that replicates that, or a rolled up blanket would work. Okay. So, this squat, the feet are together, the knees go wide, not the other way around. Okay, so this is Malasana. So you're going to sink down low. And it might be that, let me just check that everyone can get there. So feet together. Feet together. Knees wide. Jude, knees wide. Wide knees. Let me show you this way around. So I've got my heels on the block, feet are together, but knees are wide. Okay? And you're trying to open the knees as wide as you can get them. Then you're going to reach the arms forwards, bringing the fingertips to the ground. But I want your weight back into your sit bones. So if this isn't working for you, you can be upright a little bit more. Okay? Is that okay for everybody? Good. All right. So, see if you can allow the knees to widen a little bit more, and then can you start to lengthen your heart away from you, so it's like your stone's going forwards, and then you're allowing your heart to sink towards the ground. The weight is back into the heels. So how far can you lengthen forwards? Again, you're looking at creating space on the inner body. And then bring the hands back. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is a little bit of an arm balance. If you have like a fear of possibly falling onto your face, you don't have to come up into this. You can put something like some cushions or a bolster or something in front of you. Okay, so what you're going to do, just go and grab stuff if you want. Good. Okay, so sometimes there's a fear that we're going to topple, and in our mind, even though we're very close to the ground, we think that we're going to have a blood accident here. So hence the reason for this. So you're going to come back into the same pose. So just watch for a moment. You're going to come back into the same pose. So the feet are together, the knees are wide, my arms are coming forwards, then I'm sliding my hands back as much as I can go. Okay, so I'm locking my elbows to my shins, and my knees are up near my upper arms. It's like, how low can I get? Then I squeeze everything. It's like I glue everything together. So I move now as one unit. My fingers are spread on the ground. So they're going to come up into crow pose. So you're going to lift up as one unit and then look forward and see if you can just balance. So it might be that the furthest you get is you're just on your toes and you're just playing with pivotal balance, okay, which is fine. Or it might be that you can actually transition. So just have a play. Sometimes it's good to be playful and just try things out. Even if you fall flat on your face, take the gaze forwards. Do not look down at the ground. As soon as you look down at the ground, all the weight goes into your head. Metaphor there. And it's fun, you know? This is fun playing. Look forwards, Nicola.
Soraya, do you keep the feet together?
Pardon?
Do you keep the feet together?
Yeah, feet are together. So if I sit this way round, my feet are, hold on, let me get the thing back far enough. So my feet are together, knees wide, so it's Malasana that you're doing, garland pose. Then you can lock yourself and then your elbows right down low, and then you lift up as one unit and then transition the weight. But I have to keep my gaze forwards. I can't look down at the ground, otherwise all my weight goes into my head and I pivot over. Yay, Bianca! Must be the leggings, Bianca. Sue, look forwards. Okay, and relax. So, something to practice at home. Just a couple of pointers. Those of you, if you've got bricks, this is another way that you can do it, is by bringing, because we're going to move on from this now, but if you want to practice this, you can stand on the bricks, okay, and then open the knees wide. So the feet are together, big toes touch, knees wide. This gives you more height. So then it allows you to get more of a lift up. And then you see I'm lifting up, I'm looking forwards, and then it's quite easy to try and transition off a little bit. What happens if you look down? See, I'm up. If I look down, I just collapse. That's why you can't look down. The other thing to watch is when you come up into this, is that you're not lifting your bottom up and then trying to come into it. Because all the weight is now in my head and it's a huge amount of pressure through my wrists. So you need to kind of lift up as one unit and then try and transition. So your bottom's down, not up. But it's a whole learning curve on this. It's about playing with pivotal balance. So just, have some fun with it. Okay, let's come into a forward bend to finish. The last posture. You're going to pull the flesh back away from the sit bones. So now all that energy that we've built up through the class and the sense of spaciousness, we're going to draw that inwardly. as it were. So you can contain it more rather than it dissipating everywhere. So the important thing here is that you don't round through your upper back. So you want to keep the back nice and long. We're going to lift the arms, fire up the legs. So I want you to pull through knees, shins, quads. The legs become really strong, as if you're doing a standing pose. And then lead with your heart, not your head. Another metaphor. So lead with your heart, which might mean that you end up looking as if you're almost sitting upright. And look at your cameras here, because you can see your bodies, especially those of you that are side on. So lead with the heart, and then release the hands down. So if you look at, like, my back is sort of straight. So as soon as I start to think I've got to get my head down, my back rounds. Actually, I want to, it's like this part needs to draw in and through and forwards this way. Like, rather than that, I want that action. It's like the heart is traveling beyond your toes. Keep softening the lower tips of your shoulder blades in towards the back of your heart. Yeah, to be able to come up a little bit more. Yes, there we go. Now think heart traveling forward. All of you pull your toes up. Or your feet, flex through the feet. That's it. I think this like camera thing is so good to play with, to practice, because you can really see, you can work out for yourself what needs to happen with your own body. So travel inwardly once more. Noticing, being aware of your in-breath, your out-breath, your in-breath, your out-breath, knowing you're breathing in, knowing you're breathing out. The sturdiness and solidity of the mountain, the fluidity of water, the spaciousness where you're free. And then gently lifting. I'm just going to finish with a tiny bit of, this is a chakra meditation from Anadia Judith. So we're going to go through this very quickly. It's just to sort of just balance the chakras, the energy wheels. You know, we were working with these last time. So finding a comfortable sitting position. And then you're going to bring your hands to your shoulders. So as you breathe in, we're just going to lift the arms up and the knees and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. So breathing in. And release. And then moving up to the second chakra, you're going to breathe in, drawing the heart forwards, breathing out, melting back. So this is a little bit like cat-cow. So breathing in and out. Okay, ready? Breathing in. And release. going to come up to the solar plexus. So you're circling around with the solar plexus. It's not the shoulders that are moving, it's just the solar plexus which is moving in a circle. So it's coming forwards to the side, back to the side, forwards. Ready? Breathing in. And the other way. And relax. And then hands onto the shoulders. You're going to breathe into the left and then spin around to the right. The heart chakra. And release. And then opposite side, so breathing in from the right. Breathing out to the left. And release. And then hands under the fingertips touching, hands under the chin. You're going to breathe in, lifting the elbows up, breathing out, elbows together, looking down. Ready? And then audible. Ha, 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 ha. And release. And then third eye, hands together. And then you're just going to open like you're opening a curtain. And then closing the eyes, closing the hands. Breathing in, opening. Ha, 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 ha. And relaxing. And then hands together down low. We're going to breathe in and open wide. And as you breathe in, you're looking up and opening wide. Ha, 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 ha. And then arranging yourself for Shavasana. So if it's comfortable for you, putting a block under the head or a blanket or even a pillow, and take time to settle yourself. So you start off with the knees bent, and then make sure that the back of the neck is long. As you place it, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Notice where your rib cage is, and then slowly extend one leg and then the other without disturbing anything. Allow the feet to roll out. And just allowing yourself to settle, nestle into the earth. Again, perhaps allowing your awareness to rest on the breath, on your breath. Awareness as you breathe in. You're aware of breathing in. As you breathe out, you're fully aware of breathing out. Starting to deepen your breath now. And just taking a final scan of the internal body. Noticing how you feel from the inside out. The sense of whether the practice has given you more spaciousness, more connection. And whether you can contain that sense of spaciousness and bring it outside into the world with you, into your environment. So as you bring movement to fingers, toes, wrists and ankles, this is a reading from the Book of Awakening, Mark Nepo. We share the same river. My friend Kim came upon me as I was weeping. She asked if I was okay, and I told her it was only the waters of life splashing up my shore. Later that day, I found her near tears and checked in with her, and she said, "The river's now in me." We looked into each other and realized that we all share the same river. It flows beneath us and through us, through one dry heart to the next. We share the same river. It makes the earth one living thing. The whole of life has a power to soften and open us against our will, to irrigate our spirits. And in those moments, we discover the tears, the water from within, that these are common blood, mysterious and clear. We may speak different languages and live very different lives, but when the deep water swells to the surface and pulls us into each other, we share the same river. And where it enters, we lose our stubbornness, the way that fists wear open, held under a stream of love. When you're ready, bringing movement to fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. And gathering the knees in towards you. Gently making your way up into sitting. And taking a moment to offer your body deep gratitude for your practice this morning and for the help that it has today. And offering yourself a sense of deep love and compassion. Thank you very much. Namaste. I'm just going to unmute you all. Okay, so what I recorded this class. I'm going to try and upload it now. I will let you know on the Facebook group how to access it. And just to remind you of you, if I haven't got my Facebook group, if you'd like to let me know, like the big yoga community group. But I've got the class that you want to do a whole month, it's £40, and that's like plus do the uploading cost. And so I got it in my but if you're able to do one class, then that's £8 or £7 for the morning. Anyway, it's all on the either on my website. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. 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 Bye.